Hello and welcome back to the Second Chance to Live channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to stop by to watch this video presentation. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be sharing an article about stroke, brain injury, and the benefits of neuroplasticity. To read the article, I'll put my glass back on and bring up the article. I want to thank you for your time. Here's the article: Stroke, Brain Injury, and the Benefits of Neuroplasticity. Following a stroke and a brain injury, we may find that skills that once came naturally to us now are difficult to achieve. In the process, we may find ourselves frustrated and discouraged. We may find ourselves wanting to give up, but there is good news. We can learn and relearn skills and skill sets through using the benefits of neuroplasticity. We can use repetitive mirrored movements to create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. In 1997, unknowingly, I began the process of creating new neural pathways and brain reorganization through repetitive mirrored movements. Repetitive mirrored movements through learning, drilling, and developing different martial art skills. Repetitive mirrored movements using both my dominant and non-dominant arms, hands, elbows, knees, legs, and feet, as well as engaging my core, stomach, and lower back muscles. In the process of these repetitive mirror movements, I develop muscle memory, increased range of motion, gross and fine motor skills, as well as balance, agility, and coordination. In 1997, little did I know that I was using the yet defined, at least to me, principle of neuroplasticity. Using the principle of neuroplasticity to create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. Little did I know that I was, little by little, improving and enhancing my quality of life. Excuse me. Little did I know that little did I know that there was tremendous benefit in repetitive mirrored movements. Here's a definition of neuroplasticity by medicinenet.com. Neuroplasticity allows neurons or nerve cells in the brain to compensate for injury and disease and to adjust their activities in response to new situations or changes in their environment. Brain reorganization takes place by mechanisms such as axonal sprouting, in which damaged axons grow new nerve endings to reconnect neurons whose links were injured or severed. Undamaged axons can also sprout nerve endings and connect with other undamaged nerve cells, forming new neural pathways to accomplish a need. So a nerve cell, from what I understand, is made up of an axon, dendrites, and an axonal path, and they're connected to one another by neurotransmitters. So as this was explained here, the cells, they grow and they sprout in different directions to compensate for the damage that is done to the brain area. In my experience, I have used different martial arts disciplines over the past 23 years to enhance my ability to use my arms, hands, elbows, knees, legs, and feet, learning skills and skill sets. Because I have a difficulty time learning sequences of information, I need to do things a bazillion times, a bazillion repetitions. What this has meant is that I need to learn one skill at a time by doing the skill a bazillion times. Once I learn that skill, I need to work on another skill a bazillion times. Once I learn both of those skills, I combine them into one skill set that I practice a bazillion times. I continue to drill that skill until I have mastered the skill. set. I then begin to learn other skill sets a bazillion times and another skill a bazillion times. I then combine those skills into another skill set. Once learned through another bazillion times, I combine both those skill sets and drill them together until I learn the skill by doing the skill set a bazillion times. Over the past 23 years, I have combined many skills and skill sets that I've combined a bazillion times. The process has taken much time, more time than someone who has not sustained a brain injury, but I am glad that I stuck with the process. Through the process, I have learned a valuable lesson. What I learned along the way is more important than any outcome. What I've also learned is that no one can do for me what I need to do for myself. As I've been able to combine a series of small successes, skills, and skill sets, I've been able to learn how to execute a series of skill sets in different martial art disciplines. Doing so has increased muscle memory, range of motion, as well as both gross motor and fine motor skills. Increasing my muscle memory, range of motion, as well as gross and fine motor skills has not only improved my abilities in martial arts, but also in other areas of my life. Areas such as hand-eye coordination, dexterity, agility, balance, speed, reaction time, precision, and focus on both sides of my body, my dominant and my non-dominant. My dominant being my right, my non-dominant being my left side of the body. My encouragement to you, my friend, is to start slow, but start, learn a new skill and then a skill set. In the process, you will gain a series of small successes. By doing so, you will improve the quality of your life. By doing so, you can move beyond a diagnosis or a prognosis that may have been given to you. By doing so, you will move beyond the confines of the box that some people may be telling you that you can't move from or accomplish. Through persistence and tenacity, you will be able to accomplish what you never dreamed possible. Be able to accomplish skills and abilities that you have been lost due to a stroke or brain injury. Find a way that works for you. Find a way that you enjoy and build a program to increase your capabilities despite your stroke or brain injury. I have used martial arts to create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. You may like to use another form to create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. My encouragement to you is to have fun with the process. What you enjoy, you will stick with through times of difficulty. Below is a video presentation that Babinette Apregard Schreckendust shared on my Facebook page. With her permission, I am sharing the presentation with you. The video presentation is of Tyler, her son, who is now 12 years old. Tyler experienced a traumatic brain injury at 25 months old after falling out of a 3-story window while at a babysitter's. Tyler is using dance to create new neural pathways and brain reorganization through repetitive mirror movements. Tyler is an example and an inspiration. I am proud of you, Tyler. Thank you, Babinette, for sharing this video presentation. And as you build upon your program, please remember this. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The good news is that once we start walking, before long, we will be able to look back and see how far we've come because we did not give up. And that's by me, Craig J. Phillips, MRCBA. Exercise to learn and relearn skill sets. Whatever you are able to do on your dominant side of your body, start doing or mirroring the same ability with your non-dominant side of your body. Start out slowly, but be persistent in your commitment. Work on one part drill of the skill at a time. And as you become comfortable with that particular part of the skill, move on to the next part of the skill. But by combining parts of the skill, small successes, you'll find that you have learned or relearned a skill. And as you master that skill, begin working on parts of another skill. Combine those parts or small successes into learning that skill. As you continue in that process, you'll be able to combine each skill into a skill set. As I have found, by doing so, you will be able to learn or relearn skills and skill sets. In the process, you will create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. In the process, you will improve your quality of life through small successes. And here's a riddle that I like on goal setting. A riddle that I like on goal setting. How do you eat an elephant? One man said to another. The man asked, tell me the answer. He responded, one bite at a time. My encouragement to you, my friend, as I need to remember too, start chewing and don't give up. Consume your elephant one skill and one skill set at a time. By eating your elephant one skill and one skill set at a time, your elephant will be consumed. Your elephant or goal will be consumed or achieved through small successes. Below, I will explore principles that I believe can empower anyone to develop new neural pathways and brain reorganization. Principles that have helped me to develop new neural pathways and brain reorganizations. So these are strategies for achieving goals we set through using the principle of neuroplasticity. So I've written several articles. One of the articles was defining the basics of a successful training camp. And like with any athlete, such as with football or otherwise, they go into a training camp before starting the season. They develop their skills. So can we through a training camp, using the principles that they use in the training camp. And in this article, or as I continue to read, I'll share with you those principles. In yesterday's article, Training Camps and Winning in Life, I spoke about the basics that make a successful training camp. In the article, I shared that applying the basics, hard work, commitment, determination, drive, discipline, fortitude, persistence, tenacity, and courage, by using these principles, we can make huge gains. In today's article, I would like to explore the meaning of several words or concepts that go into making a training camp successful. To gain a greater understanding of these words and concepts, I will do some research and share what I discover. I will then share my perspective and provide a link to an article that I've written on Second Chance to Live that speaks to the word or concept. Hard work. Without hard work, nothing grows but weeds, and that's by Gordon B. Hinckley. Hard work for me means being diligent to accomplish a task or a goal that is set before me with focus. Hard work involves sticking with a project or a goal to achieve the desired outcome. For me, hard work does not mean running a sprint, but involves running a marathon, which requires consistent and ongoing effort. And the article link, which you can find here in my article, which I'll include in the description portion of the YouTube link back to this particular article. The article is a word of encouragement. Keep swinging at the fences. Commitment. A willingness to give your time and energy to something that you believe in, or a promise or a firm decision to do something. And that's by Cambridge Dictionaries Online. For me, commitment involves loyalty, first to myself, to stick with a goal regardless. Commitment communicates to me to remain undeterred from what I set out to accomplish. Although the way that I set out to accomplish something may change, my commitment teaches me that I can find a way that works for me to be able to accomplish my goal. And the article link is when circumstances change our plans. Determination is the next principle. Is a positive emotion that involves persevering towards a difficult goal in spite of obstacles. Determination occurs prior to goal attainment and serves to motivate behavior that will help achieve one's goal, and that's in Wikipedia. Determination helps me to focus on what I want to accomplish in spite of obstacles or setbacks. Obstacles become a sign on the road that help me to realize that adjustments need to be made in order to accomplish my desired goal or goals. Determination teaches me to not give up in spite of apparent obstacles and setbacks, because I know that more will be revealed in time. I will prepare and someday my chance will come, and that's by Abraham Lincoln. And the link is experiencing adversity, failure, setbacks, and not giving up. The next principle is drive. There are three major components to motivation: activation, persistence, and intensity. Activation involves the decision to initiate a behavior. Persistence is a continued effort toward a goal, even though obstacles may exist. Finally, intensity can be seen in the concentration and vigor that goes into pursuing a goal. And that's what drive is, or motivation. That's from About Education. What is motivation? Motivation can be either external or internal. Being internally driven will only last until the threat is removed. Being internally motivated or driven, on the other hand, is sustainable because of the individual's the individual's internal desire to achieve a skill set or goal. Drive encourages you and me to stick with the process and keep learning from my circumstances, my experiences, and my opportunities. And the article link is Don't Give Up, Your Life Matters. And this is part 2 of the article, Defining the Basics of a Successful Training Camp, in which I continue to explain or explore the different practices that are used in a successful training camp. The next one is discipline. Training to act in accordance with rules, drill, activity, exercise, or regimen that develops or improves a skill, the rigor of training, effect, or experience adversity. That's in dictionary.com. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and that's by Jim Rohn. For me, discipline means that I keep working on my craft, tweaking and taking away, adding and making the decision to follow through to condition myself to achieving an end. And the article link is Neuroplasticity, Small Successes, and Learning, Relearning Skills and Skill Sets. Next principle is fortitude. Fortitude means courage or bravery. It is the ability and willingness to confront fear, pain, danger, uncertainty, or intimidation. And that's from Wikipedia. Here's the quote. Fortitude is the marshal of thought, the armor of the will, and the fort of reason, by Francis Bacon. For me, fortitude means that I commit to pursuing my dreams and my destiny, my vision, and my mission in the face of being minimized, marginalized, dismissed, and discounted. Fortitude means that I remain true to myself regardless of whether anyone else gets it or understands me. Fortitude means that I stay committed to my goals, whatever they may be at the time. To be true, and this is a thought, to thine own self be true. And the article is Having the Courage to Be Me. The next principle is persistence, the quality that allows someone to continue doing something or trying to do something even though it is difficult or opposed by other people. And that's by Merriam-Webster. Here's the quote: persistence and resilience only come from having been given the chance to work through difficult problems. And that's by Javer Tully. For me, persistence is the decision to get up more times than I fall down. Persistence for me means that I don't give up regardless. Giving up simply is not an option. Persistence means believing in myself. And the article link is Answering the Call That Never Came. The next principle is tenacity, an unwillingness to yield or give up, being dogged, stubbornly persevering, and steadfast. And that's by Wictionary. Wiktionary. And the quote is, "It is not that I'm so smart. It's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer." And that's by Albert Einstein. Tenacity keeps me moving toward what I want to accomplish in my life. Tenacity means that I keep looking for ways to win in life. Tenacity means that I do not give up no for an answer. Tenacity means that I trust the process, the loving God, and myself. Tenacity means that I keep moving forward. And the article link is a detailed about page. The next principle is courage, the state or quality of mind or spirit that enables one to face danger, fear, or vicissitudes with self-possession, confidence, and resolution and bravery, by the Free Dictionary. Here's a quote: "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." And that's by Steve Jobs. Courage to me means I stay committed to the process, the footwork, and the journey. Courage helps me to remember that I do not have to do things perfectly. Courage reminds me that I can pursue excellence instead of perfection. Courage reminds me that with all learning there is a learning curve. Courage reminds me to stay committed to my mission and vision. Courage gives me hope. And the article link is, More Than a Survivor. And here's a quote: Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. It is not in some of us, but it is in everyone. And as we let our light to shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Sir, I just want to thank you. You saved my life. And that's from the movie Coach Carter, and it's a quote attributed to Marianne Williamson. And below is a link to a PowerPoint presentation that I created and am available to present at conferences. The name of the PowerPoint presentation is Neuroplasticity and Opening the Door to Hope. I have also created a slideshow presentation of this article and have provided a link here to the slideshow presentation. I've also created a video presentation of this article. To listen to the article, click on this link, and I provide a link to the article on neuroplasticity and creating small successes, learning and relearning skill sets, which is different from this article. I began the process using repetitive mirror movements through different martial arts disciplines in October of 1997. In August 2013, a friend of mine made a video presentation of the progress I made using the principle of neuroplasticity. Our other friends have helped me to make other video presentations of my progress each year since 2013. And in this article, I have links to demonstrations in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And then at the very bottom of this article, I have another slideshow presentation. For many years, I had a dysfunctional relationship with hope. And then I had a spiritual awakening. Clicking on the below picture to see what helped me to begin to have a healthy relationship with hope. So this process, as you might imagine, having listened to this article, involves definitely a commitment to yourself above all things, to keep going regardless and don't give up. Because as we do, we will create new neural pathways and brain reorganization. Before I go, let me encourage you with this. Please do not give up on your process, a loving God, or yourself. More will be revealed to you and to me with time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and God bless both you and your family. So long now.